Hello, welcome to today's Market Snapshot with myself, Jasper Lawler, the Senior Market Analyst here at LCG. Well, the Dow hit 21,000 for the first time on record, in fact closed above there. And so now we're looking to see whether that momentum in US stocks can spread into global stocks, more specifically in the UK. We're going to have a look at our UK 100 chart for the FTSE 100 in just a moment. The FTSE is pushing right into 7,400. And so we want to see, well, this rise in optimism, which has not just pushed US stocks higher, it's pushed global stocks higher. Can that continue and this momentum push the FTSE 100 higher? Well, there's another reason, besides just optimism around Donald Trump's future policies, which could help the US. There's also the distinct likelihood that the Federal Reserve, that is, could raise interest rates in March. That's good for banks, and the FTSE 100 has a lot of banks. It's also good for the US dollar. The FTSE 100 at the moment is very strongly negatively correlated with the British pound, i.e. the dollar goes up, the pound goes down, the FTSE goes up. That's been the relationship that we've seen most of this year. So there's a good chance that we could see 7,400 in the FTSE break to the top side, but we're just going to have a look at the chart now to assess the trend. So this is our weekly chart for the British pound. This is why we've kept our generally bullish bias with the moving averages lined up in an uptrend. We've been in a bit of a consolidation pattern for the last few weeks, but now, as you can see, we're challenging that previous record high from the start of the year, and we actually pushed above it yesterday but didn't close. We haven't obviously closed the week above it yet. We haven't got to the end of the week. But if we drop down to the daily chart, you can see it a bit more clarity. Here's that big resistance. We pushed above it temporarily, closed below it yesterday, and as of today, we're making another push to the top side. The trend is higher, and that generally supports the idea of a breakout to the top side here. Now, we could get a failed breakout to start with. We've already had one as of yesterday, and we could have another one. We could see prices push lower, but overall, probability, given the direction of the trend, suggests we are going to get a breakout. And obviously, if you just look at the Dow index or the Wall Street chart as we see it, it obviously has broken easily above its equivalent resistance here. So we're looking for the UK 100 to follow through. And we can see that we got a breakdown through a short-term support here. Probably look at it a little bit better on the 4-hour chart. You can see we temporarily had a big breakdown here. This is where the sellers took control, but it didn't last. We immediately pushed back above that support area. It became resistance, but it gave away straight away and became support again. And then that set the stage for the break above this short-term resistance, which has seen this big rally up to the record highs. And it's always good to keep a reference to the daily chart, because you can see that push lower nicely rebounded off the 50-day moving average. And you can see that we closed the day above that previously referenced support. So that was a false break to the downside. After that false break, all the sellers got washed out. Now we're seeing the push to the top side. So we could see a temporary washout of the buyers, but our bias is that this can continue. And we could even see 7,500 on the cards in the not too distant future. So that's it for our market snapshot today. We're of course looking at the UK 100, our proxy for the FTSE 100, and just looking to see whether this breakout to Dow 21,000 can see us push above 7,400 in the FTSE and perhaps up to 7,500. Now, if you do like these videos and you want to see them as they are released, please subscribe to LCG on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you.